Well, I want to welcome everyone to our second presentation, our virtual Green Fair. Welcome. My name is Raina Leza, Environmental Commission Green Team Chair. And tonight's event is Holistic Nutrition for Life, Immune Health. We're going to learn what foods we can eat to boost our immune system and fight infections. But before I do, just a little housekeeping. If everyone could just mute themselves as we have the presentation going on. And also if you could, in the chat box, register your name of your participation in tonight's workshop that we have. And I'm going to start a poll to see, how did you hear about us, this Green Virtual Fair tonight? So I'm going to relaunch the polling. And can everyone see it? The polling? We'll give it about a minute. So how did you hear about us? Facebook, Nexel, Tap into Hawthorne, Gazette, the Hawthorne Green Team Barrels website, channel 77 to 28. How'd you hear about us? We'll let it go for about a minute. Get everyone to vote. Okay. All right, so we're gonna share the results. So what do we have? We have Facebook at 48%, Nexel 14%, Tap into Hawthorne 43%, the Gazette was 0, and the Burroughs website 43. That was a tie with Facebook, and nothing for channel 77 and 28. Well, thank you for that. We always like to know how people hear about our programs, and I just want to welcome everyone. And I'm going to introduce Robin Garmise. Hopefully I said that correctly.
Yep, Garmise.
Garmise, and she's going to do a presentation for us tonight. If you have any questions, Robin, do you want to take them in between, or you want to do it at the end? It's all up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, I think let's do it at the end.
All right, great. We'll do it at the end. And like I said, if everyone can just put their name in the chat and register tonight, that would be fantastic. And the show is all yours, Robin. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll share my screen. Okie doke. All right. So as Raina mentioned, I thought it would be nice to put something together, just based on the current state of affairs, everyone's going through, and, talk about, choosing foods that can boost your immunity and fight infection. So let's see here. Before I do that, so yeah, I'm a certified holistic health coach. And what that means is, I help guide people towards a healthier lifestyle. And, depending on what their needs and concerns are, I work with them to kind of get them to a point where they're, healthy and, enjoying life and thriving. Just a disclaimer, this information in this presentation is not intended to take the place of your personal physician's advice and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Discuss this information with your own physician or healthcare provider to determine what is right for you. All information is intended for your general knowledge only and is not a substitute for medical advice or treatment for specific medical conditions. So we're going to go through a couple of different areas tonight. We're going to talk about immunological resilience, types of immune response, nutrition and immunity, and there's some recipes that I've also provided for you that you can try out if you like. So the first thing I wanted to say is sort of just give you a little brief overview of, Immunity 101. Your immune system is one of the most important parts of human health. It's responsible for keeping the rest of the body healthy. Although we don't like to think about it this way, your bodies are constantly under attack, and from a biological, environmental, and sociological, bacterial, and fungal, physical, and other viral agents that are trying to make us anything but healthy. The immune system is a very complex network. It's made up of organs, cells, tissues, proteins that guard us against and limits viruses, bacteria, as well as foreign bodies which cause infection and disease. When the system comes and encounters a pathogen, an immune response is triggered and antibodies are released. Antibodies attach to the antigens and onto the pathogens and kill them. The antibodies actually keep a record of every germ that they've defeated, and so that they can recognize it and eliminate it quickly if it ever decides to invade your body again. There's also something called your intestinal microbiota, or what they call gut flora. And it's the gut barrier, which actually determines your gut health. Inside your gut, there's 100 trillion live microorganisms that promote normal gastrointestinal function, and they protect the body from infection and actually regulate your metabolism and what they call your mucosal immune system. And in fact, actually, they're made up of 75% of your immune system. So you actually have these good bacteria in your body. And as the slide shows here, you have this resilience that you build up, and, it helps protect you from, the invaders, as I mentioned earlier. One of the things is when you're eating processed foods, they can cause inflammation in the lining of your gastrointestinal tract. And that's the exact place where your food gets absorbed. Your gut may not recognize some of these foods, and it really can't digest it. And it will then in turn interpret its presence as something that's foreign. And it's foods such as like things that have high fructose corn syrup, artificial ingredients, and your body recognizes it as an attacker. And what it does is it causes inflammation in your body. And when your body is inflamed, your immunities become weakened. So you want to basically eat a balanced diet where you're getting enough sleep, exercise, which, that in general is, very important to your overall health and well-being. This slide talks about these two responses that your body goes through. You have the innate response, and that's the immune system first response to an invading pathogen, as I said earlier, virus or bacteria or microorganism. And then you've got your adaptive response, which is, while the innate response occurs quickly, the adaptive immune response is more specialized, and it's more often very, effective. And it will remember the exposure and will, invade off those attackers, as I mentioned earlier. So, eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and exercise daily are important for your overall health and well-being. especially, during these trying times with the pandemic. You want to make sure you're eating a diet that's high in immune boosting nutrients. That's one way you can take an active role in maintaining your health and wellness. Your body uses and absorbs nutrients more efficiently when they come from whole food sources, like fruits and vegetables, rather than processed foods or even supplements. Getting a variety of these foods and nutrients in your diet is essential compared to focusing on just one or two in large quantities. The more colorful your plate is and the more variety, the better off you are. Talking about micronutrients, we've got your vitamin D, we've got vitamin C, which includes your citrus fruits and greens. Consuming foods that are high in vitamin C, such as grapefruits, oranges, tangerines, sweet red peppers, broccoli, strawberries, kale, are thought to increase white cell production, which is key to fighting off infection. There's also your beta carotene, which is your root vegetables and your greens. Beta carotene actually converts into vitamin A, which is an anti-inflammatory vitamin that can help your antibodies respond to toxins such as viruses. Carrots, spinach, kale, apricots, sweet potatoes, squash, and even cantaloupe are all great sources of beta carotene. Vitamin A, which is a fat-soluble vitamin. So consuming foods with healthy fats will also aid with absorbing those nutrients as well. A great immune boosting combination would be something like carrots with, hummus, or spinach salad with avocado, or an olive oil dressing perhaps. And then in terms of vitamin E, we've got nuts and seeds and your greens. Vitamin E is also another fat-soluble vitamin that's key in regulating and supporting your immune system. Foods rich in vitamin E include nuts, seeds, avocado, spinach, and vitamin D, which is your sunshine, fish and eggs, is also essential for immune function and helps regulate the body's immune response. Vitamin D can be found in salmon, canned tuna, as I've posted here, egg yolks, mushrooms. And then there's also getting out at least 13 to 15 minutes a day and getting some sunshine a couple of times a week, and your body will absorb that, because our body can't manufacture vitamin D on its own. So we definitely do need to make sure that we give our body some love and provide it with lots of vitamin D. It just helps, like I said, with your overall immune function and, giving you energy, and, it's the happy vitamin, so to speak. As I mentioned, we've got the vitamin C and the zinc and the shellfish, which your immune cell needs zinc to function as they're intended. Zinc is a mineral that our body does not store or produce. Zinc is a mineral, while oysters have the highest contents of zinc. I know a lot of people don't care for oysters. There are several other options such as shellfish, crabs, clams, lobster, and mussels. There's also poultry, which it would include your chicken and turkey. And there's red meat and beans. Zinc is also found in fortified cereals and some breads, but the best absorption comes from animal-based foods. Here, I think we did this zinc and the beta carotene. Sorry, this was a little out of order. The vitamin B6, lymphatic system. It boosts your red blood cells. It's essential in the information of the new and healthy red blood cells and aids in maintaining your lymphatic system. You can get that by eating chicken, turkey, cold water fish, salmon and tuna. There's chickpeas, which is, you can make some hummus if you enjoy that. Bananas also, fortified breakfast cereal, and something known as nutritional yeast. They're all great options for consuming your B6. You've got your foods and your polyphenols. You have, which are your antioxidants. You've got green tea, which is, packed with the antioxidants, and it's been shown to enhance immune function. It also contains amino acids, which aid in the production of germ-fighting compounds in your T cells, which reduces inflammation in your body and helps fight infection. Green tea can be consumed hot, cold. You can, do a matcha powder tea if you like. And garlic is also a T cell booster. Garlic contains compounds that help the immune system fight germs in a variety of ways by stimulating cells important to fighting disease and helping to regulate the immune system. It helps boost the production of virus-fighting T cells and can reduce the amount of stress hormones your body produces, which can help keep your immune system functioning at full strength. Just example, antioxidants, green tea, and then there's your probiotics, which are relevant to your gut health and immunity as well. You've got your yogurt, your kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, and tempeh, which is a fermented soybean. And certain types of cheese also will contain live cultures, which are also known as probiotics. And they're thought to help. I'm sorry? Oh, I thought somebody said something. They're thought to help stimulate the immune system and fight disease. The microbiome, or your good bacteria in your digestive system, determine how other nutrients and harmful bacteria are processed in your body. And making probiotics an important part of the overall immunity picture. And your microbiome also helps process nutrients and act as a barrier for fighting off harmful bacteria and fungi. Then we have garlic. Excuse me, I'm just gonna take a sip here. Garlic, which is also a T cell booster. It contains a compound that helps the immune system fight germs in a variety of ways by stimulating cells important to fighting disease and helping to regulate the immune system. It helps boost the production of virus fighting T cells and could reduce the amount of stress hormones your body produces, which can help keep your immune system functioning again at full strength. I also wanted to talk a little bit about water and hydration and how that plays a role in immunity. Just a fun fact, humans are made up of 60% water. Also, there have been studies that show that 75% of Americans are dehydrated. Water helps produce lymph, which carry white blood cells and other immune system cells through the body. They are mainly foods with high water contacts that contain high water content. such as cucumbers, watermelon, and celery. So if you're having a hard time drinking just plain water, you could also try a cup of green tea with lemon. I also like to do a lot of infused waters. You can put watermelon and cucumber with mint, which is a nice combination. And that, makes it a nice powerhouse of, getting your water intake. You can think of proper hydration as a way to make it easier for boosting nutrients to get where they need to go, which is in the cells of your body. So it's super important that you stay hydrated and focus on that as part of your overall health and well-being, and continuing to keep your body safe from the attackers. As I said, how does water support your immune system? It helps absorb the nutrients. It supports the health of your mucosal membranes, which are the barriers that protect areas inside your body. And they're a key component of your lymphatic fluid. It contains specialized blood cells that help the body fight infection. One of the other things I wanted to mention is how does exercise boost your immunity? You definitely need to move your body. Exercise has numerous health benefits, including protecting you against heart disease, osteoporosis, and even certain types of cancers. Exercise is also an immune booster. In order to reap the maximum benefits, you try to be moderately physically active for at least 30 minutes on most days of the week. Walking is one of the simplest ways you can get exercise. If you're not excited about walking, you can try yoga, swimming, cycling, or even golf. Gardening is also a good way to get some outdoor activity. And like we all did today, mostly shoveling snow. Also, a big factor in overall health and immunity is sleep. I know a lot of us don't get the amount of sleep that we really do need. So it's really important not to forget about making sleep a priority. Several studies confirm the link between sleep and healthy immune system. Most people need about 7 to 9 hours to feel adequately rested. Being well rested improves your function of your white blood cells, so you're less likely to get illnesses like respiratory infections, colds, and the flu. You should try practicing good sleep hygiene to optimize your sleep. And that means waking up and going to bed at the same time every day, even on the weekends. Avoiding substances that can interfere with sleep, like caffeine and alcohol, and just eliminating those things for several hours before your bedtime. You're more likely to sleep well if your bedroom is set at a cool temperature. And it's also nice if you can establish a relaxing evening routine before you go to bed, like enjoy a warm bath, relaxing music, or a cup of tea to help you drift off more easily. And, I know we're all hooked on, our iPhones and our laptops and our computers, but it's really super important, and even like the television, to really start, winding down and shutting those devices off at least a couple of hours ahead of time before you're ready to hit the sack, because that does, interfere. And, I would also recommend, using like a blue light blocker on your, devices if you're able to do so. That also helps, calm your system down in general and get yourself ready for a good night's sleep. And as I mentioned, there's some recipes. I know this is going to be, this is being recorded, and then a YouTube will follow. So you can, if you're interested in the recipes, you can catch those on the replay. Just, simple things to incorporate all the nutrients and foods that I've, mentioned that will help aid in creating a healthy environment in your body, which in turn will, create a strong immune system. One of the things that I didn't mention is stress. And, stress also plays a big role in immunity as well. And we're all under a lot of stress, just in general, the situation that have been dealing with for just about a year now, plus, our just daily lives and how they've been disrupted. So trying to keep your stress in check is also super important because stress has been shown to weaken your immune system. So, just doing things, meditating is a good way to calm yourself down, breathing, yoga is also another thing. And just, taking that time to, provide yourself with self-care, whatever that means for you, taking a break, reading a book, going out for a walk, just trying to enjoy the little things in life, these days definitely goes a long way. So yeah, stress, keeping stress in check is also going to play a role in a healthier you for, fighting off any, infections and diseases. That's pretty much my presentation. If you'd like to connect further, you could find me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. If you have if you think of any questions after, or want to reach out to me on your own, you can certainly email me at robin@holisticnutritionforlife.net. And so now, if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to listen and answer as best as I can.
Well, thank you, Robin. That was very good and very informative. So I'll open it up to the chat. If anybody
I
has.
can stop sharing.
Okay, great.
See if there's anything in the chat.
Yeah, and everyone, if you could just register your name in the chat, that would be great.
Like I said, if you don't think of anything now and you have any questions later, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or email. I'm happy to answer any of your questions.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are vitamin pills a good substitute if you're not getting the whole foods?
Well, I mean, if you can't get the whole foods in, then, supplementation might be necessary. But like, once again, that's something that you can discuss with your healthcare provider, what vitamins, you might need in order to, give yourself a further boost. But like I said earlier on, it's best to try to get most of those nutrients and vitamins through the whole food sources. Your body is, built to absorb them more efficiently. And, there are certain instances where you definitely do need supplements. With vitamin D, for example, like I said, our body doesn't manufacture it. And most people are actually deficient in vitamin D, especially here in this side of the world. I find that, a lot of people that I've talked to, or even clients, their labs show that they're deficient. I'm even actually deficient in vitamin D. So, it's hard sometimes, to get it all in. We all lead busy lives, and, our schedules are kind of, all over the place. So, sitting down and having that meal and making sure you're covering your bases, isn't always the optimal thing. And, you're definitely going to need to, add in some supplementation there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Well, the other thing I'm going to do is, on the Barrows website, we have the Green Team and the Green Fair webpage, and I'll be supplying the PowerPoint presentations to the Barrow, and we'll get those posted. So those look like very nice recipes, Robin, that you had up on the PowerPoint. So I will definitely get that up to the Barrows website. I do have another polling question, and then I'll bring back to our schedule. And before I do the polling, is any additional questions or comments? I don't see anything. Okay, so the second polling question, let's see if I could do this. Okay, so how did you like this lecture and topic? Please rate the program 1 to 5. What is your thoughts on this? This is the first time we're doing this question on the Green Fair. So let me launch it, and everyone give a thought of where it is. There's continuous improvement with the lectures, with the polling questions. Give it another 30 seconds. All right, I think I will end the polling. So overall, we did pretty good, very good, excellent. You know, this helps us also, let me share results with everyone so everyone can see. You know, this just helps us determine like what environmental programs to, you know, bring to the community. And, you know, Robin has been with us with the green fairs that we've had at the farmers market. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it last year, but cross your fingers, maybe this year we'll be able to do it in person. But Robin's been with us the last several years in presentations on nutrition. It's always nice to get the wellness part. And I thought this was appropriate, as you said, Robin, during this time. It's been an interesting time through all this. And it's just good to see everyone here to come out on this snowy day, and thank you goodness we did not have to leave the house and go to the library. I see all the smiles. Hey, you don't even have to go anywhere and learn something new. So hopefully you guys have learned something new tonight. Let me share what our next steps, our next program that we're going to be doing. So next Tuesday, February 9th, we're going to have composting first, and we're going to have container gardening. So we're getting ready for the spring. You know, everyone's got to get going with their gardening and get that started. And then our February 24th, we're having birding 101. We're bringing that back. And March 2nd, we have the Hawthorne history. March 9th, we have Bears resource management. March 16th is plug-in stations, which is electric charging vehicle stations. And March 23rd, we have Hawthorne's recycling program. And March 30th, we have Lyme disease, and we're rounding it out with the virtual bird walk on April 6th. So I just want to thank everyone for helping Hawthorne. Thank you all for helping. Oops. This is not, I've stopped the sharing. Wait a minute. Went a little too crazy. Thank you all for helping Hawthorne a greener, better place to live and work. And so all our Zoom program links are on our website as well as our Facebook events. So I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight with us virtually. And hopefully I will see you at our next program. I'm going to stop sharing so we can see everyone. That's the only problem is when you share, you can't see the people anymore. But so I just want to thank everyone for coming, and thank you, Robin, for your time tonight.
Sure,
And
thank you
I
for
will
having
see
me, and I was
everyone.
happy to share my knowledge.
Absolutely. That's what this is all about. The big Environmental Commission and Green Team, we are big promoters about educating and promoting and preserving the environment here, and, you know, getting the word out to people that you can do things for yourself and for the community, and everyone's doing their part. So I appreciate that. And I will wave goodbye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All
You're
right.
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.